What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And on today's video guys, first of all I will show you an update from Scott Roth in regards to his lawsuit and his thoughts in regards to the main actions of wrongdoers. On top of that, I will show you extremely interesting and thoroughly made due diligence, and basically it is an investigation that is directly related to U3 HALT panel and their actions. I mean U3 HALT panel members' actions behind the scenes. And at the end of this video, I will show you that FINRA is lying. They are lying consistently and they do it intentionally in order to hide sensitive information and protect the wrongdoers. And before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section for whatever reasons you want. And let's start with the news that basically is the follow-up news that is related to Scott Roth lawsuit, and he published this 18 hours ago. He refers to the tweet that was written by Bucky Buck Rulski. And Scott Roth wrote, "This is the most important post you will read today. B. Bars points out U3 was the test, something to think about. We really are fighting for everyone else." And B. Bars wrote this, "Sounds like MMTLP is a test case to see if a U3 HALT can be used to stop companies from settling, or to find out the monetary value of infinity. FINRA fraud, proof they were in on it." And guys, I have to admit that it is quite interesting statement, because in general, why in the world FINRA implemented this U3 HALT without any explanations of the reasons? They just said that it was a extraordinary event that leads to this U3 HALT. But for more than 600 days they didn't explain the main reason and what was this extraordinary event. And Scott reposted again. He answered the following: "Bullseye, they beat us and they will U3 HALT anything. That's why shorting needs to end as a practice." And guys, I have to say that it is quite interesting statement, because in general we have more and more financial companies, we have more and more market makers who has the growing numbers in the securities sold and not yet purchased. And this U3 HALT might cover all of these actions, and this is pretty much an infinite source of free money that will not cost anything at all for these wrongdoers. And this is definitely the loophole that might be used in order to short these stocks and the entire US stock market to oblivion, and definitely this practice should be stopped. On top of that, guys, for the last several days we have so many news, and let me show you what did Curtis write in regards to all of them. MMTLP, there is so much information coming to light. I highly recommend taking the time to fully digest it before the next wave hits. And I have to say that I'm pretty sure that the next wave of this major news is coming. But first of all, we have to keep in mind all the news that appeared just recently. And we basically have to adjust our strategy in line with this news. And guys, I have to say that the next set of news is pretty much here. Anna reposted this tweet that was written by Marcus, MMTLP media guy. And I have to say that it is quite interesting set of tweets. It is an investigation that is directly related to U3 HALT panel. And first of all, let me start with this person. Her name is Yvonne Huber, and this picture was made basically with the AI help. But let me quote you this tweet. Yvonne Huber, VP of Market Regulation at FINRA. Yvonne worked and possibly approved the listing of MMTLP in the OTC without standard form called Form 211. She was okay with broker-dealers relying on an exception to SEC Rule 15C2-11 that permits broker-dealers to publish a quotation for unsolicited customer orders. The MMTLP ticker was created under Yvonne's review and listed on the OTC on October the 7th of 2022. She's no longer with FINRA, and you can't find her photos online. She worked for FINRA for an estimated 32 years. And guys, this is quite interesting statement because Yvonne basically disappeared right after the implementation of U3 halt. She is probably very familiar with MMTLP and possibly knows as much as Chris Stone and Patricia Casimates. Most importantly, she knows the broker-dealer who requested to list MMTLP on the OTC. And guys, I have to say that this person could help us to find out the broker-dealer who requested to list MMTLP on the OTC. And this was the first illegal action that leads to this set of actions that basically leads us to the current status of MMTLP that is halted, and a lot of people stuck with this asset. So let me show you further. We have two more names, Chris Stone and Patricia Casimates. Let me show you this tweet again that was written by Marcus, MMTLP media guy, in regards to Chris Stone. Chris Stone, VP of Transparency Service at FINRA. Chris U3 halted MMTLP and knows the share count. I separated these two quotes from Chris Stone because it's very interesting the way he thinks about the halt dilemma. And guys, I will not quote the entire tweet. I will show you just the crucial points of these statements. So, 1. There is a tension between the market integrity, investor protection side versus letting market forces take effect and making sure you are not preventing buyers and sellers from buying and selling securities when they need to, probably when they most want to in those cases. And 2. So, we are always open for looking at our rules and thinking about ways to improve them and enhance them. I mean, I know there's been a conversation around what Cromwell just said. We ask issuers for information directly. If they are not responsive, maybe there's a room for a halt. I mean, again, some of these things would require rule changes. Drastic or extreme corporate actions, maybe you could halt around those. Again, those aren't in the rule currently. I suggest you read it a few times and try to think what does it have to do with MMTLP. And I have to say that these two statements are quite interesting dilemma that he explained in details in different interviews. Next one, I want to pay attention to this statement. He said, we also have a Rule 6490, which has allowed us to declare certain corporate action deficient and not process them if we believe they are related to fraud or would otherwise threaten the clearance at settlement system. And guys, this Rule 6490 was violated by FINRA, and that is why it leads to the U3 halt. But why in the world they did it themselves? They basically made the changes in the metamaterials corporate actions, and they did nothing in order to protect retail investors using this Rule 6419. It is their fault, and they are covering themselves by using the total immunity. And this immunity, in my opinion, should be challenged, at least should be challenged, and should be cancelled one way or another. On top of that, let me quote you this paragraph. So we are always open for looking at our rules and thinking about ways to improve them and enhance them. I mean, I know there has been a conversation around what Cromwell just said. We ask issuers for information directly. If they are not responsive, maybe there is a room there for a halt. I mean, again, some of these things would require rule changes. Drastic or extreme corporate action, maybe you could halt around those. Again, those aren't in the rule currently. And I have to say that this statement contradicts to the entire FINRA policy, because they have to do just something in order to prevent these actions, and they had to find wrongdoers because of their actions. And guys, we know that they knew about the illegal actions that is surrounding MMTLP shares from the side of market makers up front, long before the U3 halt was implemented. And let me quote you this last paragraph. Chris Stone and Patricia Casimates have complete knowledge of the share count and the trading halt of MMTLP. Just ask them. And guys, I have to say that yes, these people could definitely help us to shed some light on our saga, but in general, something's happening behind the scenes, and that is why we cannot count on these people, at least at this very moment, because all of the lawsuits that are trying to ask them under the oath, I think all of these actions basically stonewalled by authorities. Let me show you another quite interesting tweet again from Marcus, MMTLP media guy, and he wrote it in regards to Patricia Casimates. She knows the true MMTLP share count. Patricia Casimates, Vice President of Market Operations, FINRA. Patricia Casimates is the Vice President of Market Operations for FINRA Transparency Service. Her responsibilities include FINRA's Trace Alternative Display Facility and the OTC Trade Reporting Facility. In addition, she also manages OTC Corporate Action and Dividend Announcements. Prior to market operations, Ms. Casimates was Deputy Director in FINRA's Market Regulation Department, overseeing surveillance for trade reporting, order handling, best execution, FIPS, fixed income pricing system, as well as the real-time surveillance area, handling backing away compliance and locked and cross-market issues. Additionally, she worked in FINRA's enforcement department. Ms. Casimates has earned an MBA in finance from Loyola College and Bachelor's of Business Administration in Finance from Adelphi University. Have you seen Ms. Casimates lately? We have questions to ask her. And he also added the second part of his investigation, and let me quote you this. Patricia Casimates knows the share count for MMTLP because she has been in the know since the ticker started trading on the OTC. Why did US Congress never call her to find out? Ken Rice, former CEO of Meta, had no problems talking to her on the phone when the Pref A dividend was listed on the OTC without company authorization, and the corporate data was outdated from 10 years prior. What is going on here? Why are we still 20 months on the outside, looking at everything that happened and still not getting a share count for MMTLP? The share count for MMTLP is so simple and so crucial that tomorrow there will be no more calls, posts, letters, people feeling insecure about it, stressed, getting sick or committing suicide. Patricia Casimates knows everything about MMTLP. Why is nobody calling her? Do you think they don't want to report the share count because the average of MMTLP is 1.06%? It is 2.65 shares as FINRA reported. We want answers. What is the MMTLP share count? Where is Patricia Casimates? She knows the share count for MMTLP. And guys, these three people definitely can help us to shed some light on our case, but occasionally not a single person of these three people appeared in front of Congress. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. Every one of us saw this video where Jeff Mendel, the head of OTC Markets, told in this interview that all the trades of MMTLP will end on December the 12th, but occasionally it happened on December the 9th. And let me show you this due diligence, and in my opinion it is also quite interesting and important. So, Jeff Mendel, former VP of OTC Market, December the 7th of 2022. Watch day trading live, December the 7th, on New York and Nasdaq stocks live trading by Trader TV live channel on YouTube. A couple of points. 1. This interview was on December the 7th of 2022. The corporate action from the day before said the MMTLP ticker was going to be cancelled, but Jeff Mendel said it was going to be deleted. From the OTC standpoint, if someone is a holder of the stock, what does that mean? Okay, so basically per FINRA's corporate action or corporate action right. That came out basically what that means is MMTLP is being deleted as a ticker after the trading day on the 12th. So it's deleted on the 13th. The deleted term only appeared on the second corporate action revised by FINRA, which wasn't released by the time of the interview with Jeff Mendel. So he knew more than everybody else. Then he says that MMTLP would trade until December the 12th. But what I can say though is MMTLP as of the end of trading on the 12th, well, will no longer be on the OTC markets. And that's the most important point to come across here if you are holding these shares on the OTC markets, guys. Again, end of trading on the 12th. It's coming off of the OTC. Why is nobody calling Jeff Mendel to ask him questions about MMTLP? Why did he specifically say that MMTLP was trading until the 12th? So, a lot of questions to this person as well, but none of them were answered. And let me show you why it is happening. This is the tweet that was published by Costas, and this is another due diligence and proof that FINRA lied. Let me quote it in details. MMTLP, FINRA lied, feel free to add. FINRA allowing a preferred share dividend placeholder to trade against MMAT wishes, even after the company called and said take it down and it was listed with incorrect data. It was still allowed to trade. Was on the fraud list for over a year and no action. Numerous reporting hiccups, coding issues, says only 2.65 million oversold positions exist, but doesn't count anything overseas, where the majority of the counterfeit shares are hidden. Yet after 20 months, there have been no fines for overselling, which are now failure to deliver to any brokers. Over 10 million shorts were sold on what became the last day of trading, and because of the hold, there was no way to do any allocate settlements. So more failures to deliver, but yet no fines. Despite promoting transparency, they have not been transparent and have fought all comers looking for transparency, including Congress and FOIAs. Outreaches to FINRA ombudsman were returned by an employee named Jack Chase. There is no Jack Chase who works at FINRA. They lied to people asking for assistance. And guys, this is quite a new statement and I didn't know about this. So, next one. Don't modify corporate actions, but 100% did at the last minute, which led to confusion. They were the root cause of the confusion because the S1 was approved by SEC weeks before and all brokers shared that with all investors. UPC committee issued a U3 halt for extraordinary reasons, but has yet to provide any details. 20 months and all parties are still waiting for revised corporate action to resolve the oversold position that exists. Says they can be impartial on arbitration, but FINRA pays the arbiters and FINRA being the root cause why things are over 615 days later. Their mishandling of MMTLP fiasco is a result of FINRA fraud from top to bottom. And guys, I completely agree with this. FINRA lied and FINRA is still lying, and they cover themselves by using their so-called total immunity. And this needs to be stopped and we have to do it together. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.